Video 8. Click events. We have three main objectives in this video. 1. We will show you how to make a DOM button, with an onClick event. 2. We will also show you a React button, and how it differs from a DOM button. 3. We will make the squares on our tic-tac-toe board into clickable buttons. DOM buttons are designed to respond to users clicking on them. We can show a DOM button in action by adding it to the index.html page in the public folder. Let's put it under the root div element, which is where our React app is rendered to. Note that the onClick attribute is written all in lowercase, as one word. Also note that the attribute's value is a string. Clicking on this button will show an alert in the browser. Let's click it and see. A mouse click is a type of event. User interactions like moving the cursor, clicking and dragging, touching the screen, and adding input to a text field, are all DOM events. We will now remove the button and return to our React code. Handling events with React elements is very similar to handling events on DOM elements. We will now show the React equivalent of the DOM button. Within the game component, under the board tag, we will add a React button. Note that React events are named using camel case, rather than lower case. Also note that you pass a function, rather than a string, to the onClick event in React. The function passed into the onClick event is often referred to as the event handler. As before, clicking on this button will show an alert in the browser. Let's click it and see. It is important to note that we are passing a function to the event handler, not just the alert. If we passed just the alert, React would call the alert as soon as the page was rendered. Passing the event handler as a function means that React will call the function only when the button is clicked. Now that we have illustrated the use of buttons in React, we can make our rendered squares into clickable buttons. First, remove the button from the game component. We will now convert our squares div into a button. We can break the button into separate lines for readability and add an onClick prop, passing it a function to show an alert when clicked. We can now click on any square, and see the alert. Test this by clicking on the square with index 6, for example. By default, a button gets a blue outline when focused. Let's style the button to look better when clicked. Go to index.css. We will change the styling when the square is focused. Set the outline to none. And set a darker background color. Try clicking on the square with index 6 again to see the effect in the browser. The blue outline is now gone, and the background of the clicked square is darker. To summarize, we showed you how to create a DOM button, and we showed you how to create a React button, highlighting the differences between them. In addition, we made our tic-tac-toe squares into clickable buttons. In the next video, we will look at how a component remembers and updates data.